Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. Hope you have a great day.
Hey, Baba Jerry, just wanted to say happy 70th birthday.
Jerry, happy birthday. 70, huh? Man, good genes. You don't look a day over 40.
Hey, Dad. Wanted to say happy birthday.
I have a couple things that I want to share with you because I love you.
One of my most favorite things about you is just how kind you are and selfless. You're always helping other people with whatever it is they need, even if it's moving in and out of houses or building things or fixing things. You always are willing to give someone a helping hand.
We're chatting about some of the fun memories. I thought I'd use some photos that I came across in some of our photo albums and share those. First one is some of the epic snowmans we used to build. If I remember correctly, the snowballs were so heavy we had to use 2x4s to get everything rolled up and into place. Ooh, another one here is I got a book, probably from like one of those Scholastic book fairs or something, where there were plans to build a ramp in it. I think this book had plans for both a quarter pipe and this particular ramp. We went for this ramp. Ironically, when we moved to Riverfront, I believe we then converted this into a quarter pipe. Super fun. And then this, the old Kent scooter from layaway at Shopko, where I learned the value of having patience and saving up for things that you would like to one day have. Some other memories I found were from some of the vacations we took, like to Texas, where you taught me not to mess with Texas. I believe you were taking the photo in this one, so you're not in it, but when we went four-wheeling in the sand dunes, followed by some beach buggying on the beach. Then I also found a more recent picture where you, Janelle, and I were attempting to break through the ice on the Eau Claire River. I'm still curious what we would have done had we been successful, but it's a pretty good time.
I wanted to tell you one of my favorite things about you is that basically any like big point in my life that I can remember, getting a car, graduation, stuff like that, like you've always been there, and it's just always meant a lot to me. So thank you.
I'm really thankful for you helping build the treehouse and swing set in Eau Claire when we lived there.
One of my most favorite memories from childhood is how you would always play games with me. I love playing games, and you would always play Crazy Eights, Sorry, and Millborn. Those were probably the three we played the most, and I just loved it so much.
So, there are many things that I appreciate about Jerry. One being the millions of times that you've helped us move. And even one of those times, I remember we didn't have any silverware because it was all back at the other house. And you acted like it was no big deal. And you ate spaghetti out of an Arby's lid. It was pretty hilarious. And I just really appreciate that you were willing to go with it.
Happy birthday, Grandpa Jerry.
For this next part, I wasn't sure where to start for what I admire the most. I was told I should be making a short video clip, so I was trying to figure out how to condense it. And I think what I came up with is it's not so much in the things you say, but in the actions you take, both in good times and in bad. It's probably where I learn the most is watching the things you do versus the things you say. So I think that's been super important for me growing up and seeing how you live your life and taking after some of that.
First of all, you are amazing with kids, and it makes me happy because obviously I have a lot of cousins and you have a lot of grandsons and granddaughters. So you gotta be good with kids, and you definitely are. You can handle a bunch at a time.
Happy birthday, Grandpa Jerry. I love you.
A couple fun memories that I have of our time would be every holiday baking together. I'm not the best baker, but or cook for that matter, but we would all get together and do that, and it was really a lot of fun. I enjoyed making the stuffing and being a part of it and helping out. Another thing I remember a long time ago, it might have been when Eric and I first started dating, I got to go on a tour of Lignotech. Put me in a yellow hard hat and we went and got a tour. That was really cool. It was just neat. And I just admire the work that you did, taking something that isn't that great and making it a usable product. So that's pretty awesome. And I appreciate that I was able to see that. Thank you.
One of my favorite things about you is how selfless you are, and I also love how much you support us and how you'd come to our competitions and support us in everything we do.
One time when I was a kid, maybe more like a teenager, you were on call on a weekend and you kept getting call after call after call. People kept not knowing what to do and things were not going well at work, and you kept having to answer questions and help them troubleshoot. And I remember thinking, wow, that must be so amazing to just kind of know everything and be able to help solve all the problems, and it must feel good to feel like you were so needed and so valuable to the company. And I must have said something like that to you, and I'll never forget what you said. You said, well, actually, it's not a good thing because it means that I haven't taught everyone well enough how to troubleshoot on their own and how to find their own answers to the questions. And while I'm happy to help them, if I was doing the very best job I could, they wouldn't have to call me so much. And that just has really stuck with me as a leader in my work, because I think a lot of leaders try to hold information to themselves. It somehow makes them feel more valuable or important, and they like everybody having to come to them all the time for every answer, and it somehow makes them feel more important and more valuable. And I learned really early from you that that was actually the opposite, that being a really great leader is helping your people learn and find how to do things for themselves and teaching them. So thank you for teaching me that.
One of my favorite things about you is how supportive you are and are always there to lend a helping hand or helping words.
So one of the millions of things that I appreciate about you, Jerry, is your willingness to help others out and willingness to always give of your time to help anybody who needs something, whether it's building a custom shelf that I want, or building the washer and dryer riser, or just coming and helping us the multiple times that we've moved. You're always willing to help out whoever needs it, and that's really cool. And I know everyone really appreciates it, and it's just great how you're so selfless.
Happy 70th birthday, Grandpa Jerry.
Another thing is I love how supportive you are. You're always there for all of my dance events and school stuff that is important. You always are congratulating me, and I love your support.
Happy birthday!
Can you say happy birthday, Grandpa Jerry? Can you say happy birthday?
I can remember so many funny things. That's actually one of my other favorite things about you, is how funny you are, in a very subtle sort of way. You always make me laugh, and a couple of those memories I can think of are when I was quite young. I remember you had gone to buy a car and you had come home to my grandma's house with the car that you had bought, and you told everybody that you bought a red rabbit. And first we didn't really even know what you were talking about. We weren't thinking of what a VW Rabbit was, that was a type of car. And then you said it was red, and we're like, there is no possible way that you bought a red rabbit, because you did not like the color red. And no one believed you. And you just kept saying, yep, I bought a red rabbit, I bought a red rabbit. And we all kept thinking you were pulling our leg. And then we walked out in the street and were shining flashlights on it and trying to see if it really was a red rabbit. And sure enough, it was. Very funny at the time.
What I admire about you most is your baking. You're the one that got me into baking.
You're definitely very goofy, and I found some very funny pictures that I love. You go all out in everything. I remember a lot of like our birthday themed parties when I was little and Nora was little. You would dress up to the max, and I loved it.
One of my favorite memories would have to be all the camping, biking, canoeing, skiing trips that we always have gone on.
One of my favorite memories is when we would always bake and cook together, like when we made French toast and pumpkin pie and your delicious homemade ice cream. And also I loved one time we did like science labs in the kitchen, so that was really fun.
Remember when you went to my old house and you thought my beta was dead and then you came back and you revived it? I like that you raised my beta from the dead.
And for my final thought, I just wanted to say thank you for continuing to share your phone number with me. We both know that I use it quite often for questions ranging from, electrical and plumbing, to gauge your initial reaction to my next stupid purchase, to know if I'm, really veering far out there. And just for other advice I continue to call for. So appreciate that. And, don't go changing that number on me. Otherwise I would be lost.
A more recent funny thing was when I bought you an Orange Crush t-shirt, and I was so excited, and I thought you were gonna be so excited because I knew that was your favorite soda, and I just thought you would think that was super fun to have an Orange Crush t-shirt. And then when, when I gave it to you, you were just like, thanks, and we eventually realized that it really wasn't your favorite soda. And I don't even think you like the color orange, but now you have an Orange Crush t-shirt.
Happy 70th birthday, Jerry.
I just wanted to say I couldn't ask for a better father to my fiance or grandfather to Dawson and children that weren't even blood related to you. My children love you. They're your Grandpa Jerry, and I'm so thankful to have you in my life and theirs. Hope it's a great 70th.
Hope to see you soon. Love you.
Happy birthday.
I'm very grateful that you are very great with my allergies, because I know that I can't trust a lot of people and they won't like cross-contaminate stuff, but you make some bomb homemade ice cream, especially the Butterfinger ones, and you make awesome Special K bars, and I'm very grateful for both because I can actually trust you and eat them.
I think it's nice that you make gluten-free things for Olivia.
Another really fun memory that I have is when we all came to Washington and went to Tori and Brandon's wedding. We stayed in a really cool place along the river, and I just remember going out on the rocks and having fun with you. And then I remember our how many hour tour into the mountains, which was a lot of fun. You guys in the front just kept going, and I was with the kids in the back seat. Oh boy. But that was a lot of fun.
One really happy memory I have also from being a kid, kind of a funny memory too, that I still sort of get teased about today, is when we would go canoeing. And when I say we canoe, that would be you and Mom canoeing, and I would sit in the middle with my feet up, crossed, and be eating grapes. And I thought canoeing was pretty fabulous, of course, because I wasn't doing any of the work.
I liked when you visited because I got to pull on your mustache and you would make funny noises.
You are very talented, and your talents came into play a lot in my childhood. You built a swing set for us. You built our old floor in our dance room, which was amazing. And you constructed my favorite Barbie doll house with the help of Bia painting it, I'm pretty sure. And I know you made that desk for my mom that I used as my teacher desk when I taught Nora in the basement. So there's a lot of things that you made that I used, and I always thought of you when I used them.
I like when you come visit because I get all kinds of pets and treats.
And something funny I remember is your ability to make anyone believe whatever it is that you were talking about.
Something funny I remember is when it was just like last year, I think, we were outside and there was snow and you helped me build a snowman and it was like really big, so it was really hard to get it up. But we did it and it ended up really fun.
A recent memory that was also kind of funny and fun was when I realized that I had mistakenly thought that you would not enjoy a Disney World trip. And it was pretty funny when we realized it, and thank goodness we realized it before we actually went and didn't invite you because you, in your very subtle kind of way, helped me realize that no, there was no reason that you wouldn't love to go to Disney World, and I just had this strange feeling in my head and I was wrong. So I guess it was a good thing we figured it out when we did, because we had fun and you definitely did too.
My favorite memory with you is when we went on vacation to Disney. That was so much fun. What was funny about it is when you got dressed up as a pirate.
The things I remember about you, or really have grown up to know, is that you are very skilled at a lot of things that I have no clue about. And when I tag along, you're often very understanding when I ask a bunch of questions. And I'm like, so why does that go there? And how do you do that? Blah, 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 blah. And you actually answer me without going, would you get the hell away from me? Like the wood floors that we put in at Big Bear. I'd never done anything like that before, and that was fun. I wouldn't want to do it again anytime soon, but it was actually kind of fun being able to do that. So that's the stuff that you taught me. You've always been there to help us with way too much stuff at our house. Being completely incompetent, as Tammy and I are, with certain things, you always had those covered. And unfortunately for you, we said, Jerry, hey, you want to come and build a swing set? Or, hey, Jerry, the new swing set just blew over 2 weeks later. Can you come and fix it? Those kind of things. And you were always there. You always came if we needed. We always know we could count on you. We try not to bother you too much, but we have a pretty good feeling that you could help us.
Now, of course, my favorite memory is when you were pushing me on the swing and you were trying to give me a nice push and you tumbled underneath me. Insert clip here.
I'll try.
I don't remember if you were injured after that, but I would be very surprised if you weren't. That seemed like a nice tumble. But it was a great swing. I had a great time going up.
Love you. Happy birthday. And hope to see you soon.
So Jerry, I'd like to wish you a happy 70th. And just let you know, anytime that you want to go kayaking, I would gladly help you into your kayak. Have a good one.
So really, happy birthday. We love you and we hope you have a great day, even though we're stuck in our houses.